Hello, welcome to this new episode of my YouTube channel. I remain your girl, Bashira to Ashabi Cakes. In this episode, we're going to be talking about yogurt starter or yogurt culture, anyone you call it. So before we dive into this thing, we need to just lecture ourselves on the essence of this yogurt culture. Why is it needed? What does it do? You know that making yogurt generally, you need something to activate the bacteria that can act on the lactose in the milk so as to become lactic acid before giving us this gel-like substance called yogurt. In my previous video, I showed you how to make yogurt. If you have not watched that video, go back to the previous video. It's the module 1 of the Fruit Parfait series. I showed you how to make yogurt using a store-bought yogurt. Yes, there's a life culture in it. But somebody asked me in the comment section, how is she going to make homemade yogurt starter? And I was like, okay, no problem, I'm going to show you. But in this episode, we're going to be using 2 ingredients. So I'm going to show you 2 different recipe or method using 2 ingredients. Before I show you, let's just have a little break. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the making of our yogurt starter. I'm going to show you the ingredients we'll be needing for these recipes. But before that, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Don't forget at all. And you need to turn on your notification so that you don't miss out on the juicy content on this YouTube channel. We have a lot of things for you. So let's go into the business of the day. These 3, they are our main ingredients of today. But let me just list them out. So I have here with me bowls that I'll be needing to prepare my starter. This is a powdered milk. This is a cup of water. I have my measuring cup. I have spoons. I have thermometer. I have a cling film. And I have lemon, fresh lemon. And I also have this second ingredient. So I'm going to be giving you 2 different methods of making yogurt starter without breaking the bank. You remember, if you had watched the previous video, that's the yogurt video, I mentioned that it might be a bit strenuous, but not necessarily. When I mean strenuous, I mean you might not be able to wait for the time allocated for this recipe. That's why I was like, okay, you can just go for the store one. But if you want to actually keep that change or save that cost, this method is the best, I can assure you, because you can keep using it. So let's go into the recipe. So I'm going to be making equal measurements of the same thing so that I'm going to show you what it comes out as eventually. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to prepare my milk. I'm going to prepare a liquid milk by measuring 1 cup of milk. So I'm going to prepare here. I'm going to measure 1 cup of milk. I measure another one. Oosh, that's too much. So I'll just measure it somewhere else and remove the excess. This is 1. This is almost 1. So I'm going to be filling it. So I have 2 cups of milk and I'm going to be adding 2 cups of water. Then I make sure I stir it properly so that I don't have any lump. Let me cover my milk. So after stirring this, you can decide to place it on a saucepan for it to get warm. I'm going to be using a microwave for this method. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take it to the microwave and microwave it for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm coming. Still have a little bit of, yeah. Okay. So So this is now free of lumps. Then the next thing I'll do is to clean film it so that it doesn't spill in my microwave. So I'm about to place this in the microwave and I'll set the timer to 3 minutes. So you can decide to put yours on a saucepan and place it on hot plate or gas, but I just want to make this faster. I don't want to use either of those, so I decided to use my microwave. So as soon as 3 minutes is done, I'm going to stop this microwave. So another thing I want you to notice, you can decide to use 2 minutes, but I don't really advise that. The 3 minutes is okay, but just make sure to cover your milk. If not, it's going to spill. So after this, I expect it to have a temperature of 60 degrees upward, and that's fine. We just hold on for it to cool down to our desired next temperature. So I'll take this out. Ooh, it's very hot. So I'm just going to unwrap my milk now and we'll check the temperature together. Still reading. I don't know if you can see the smoke that is oozing out of it, or steam rather. So I'm just waiting for it to get to my desired temperature of 60 upward. It's on 60 now. Let's just leave it to cool down, then we'll go to the next step. So I'll be right back. So at exactly 15 minutes, I intentionally left this for 15 minutes instead of 10. I planned to leave it for 10, but I was like, no, let me just take it to 15 minutes. This milk had already cooled down to 48 degrees, 0.3. I hope that you can see that. So I will just take out my thermometer and I'm going to share these two milk equally into the bowls before adding the ingredient I want to put. So this milk has some level of coagulation on it. I'll try to remove it, but if I don't get to remove everything, I'll just sieve it. Hence why it's being sieved. So I'll just dip this. I have this my first cup. Sieve it through here. I take the second cup and sieve it here. So for it to be equal, I will just pour it this way. Okay. Then I sieve here. I'm going to take the same thing. I think what should be left should be half cup. I'm just going to pour this here and the remaining cup will be sieved here. So at this point, I have 2 containers of milk. The next thing I'll do is just to slice my lemon. The lemon has been rinsed. I'm not going to cut it openly because I just don't want to waste it. Then I'll dip it into one of it like this, while this pepper will be soaked into this way. So at this point, I'm going to be placing the 2 starters into my cupboard, and I'll just wrap it up because the cupboard is like the one place for me. So I'll wrap both of them up and I'll see you guys soon. So welcome back, and this is exactly 23 hours after I placed these 2 in my warm cupboard. So I decided to bring it out. Okay, the reason why I left it for this long is because after it was about 12 hours, I checked it, but it had not actually fermented. It still had a runny mixture, so I had to give it like 6 hours. That's 18 minutes. It was already coagulating together, but I did not like, I wasn't satisfied exactly with it. So I was like, okay, no problem, I'm going to leave this thing for 24 hours. But when it was at the 23rd hour, I was perfectly okay with the result, so I decided to bring it out. So I'm going to unwrap this starter and show you how exactly it looks like. This is the one with the pepper, while this is the one with lemon. So I'm going to unwrap it now, then we'll see. So can you see how thick this is? In fact, I could mistake this for a yogurt. So the way it is now, I'm just going to take, so what we have now is yogurt starter, but because it's going to give some flavors of pepper and lemon, I'm just going to make another batch. So this is our first batch. I'll make another batch of yogurt in a small quantity, which I will now in turn use to make the yogurt. Just hold on, we'll make the yogurt together. But before that, let's look at this. So this one has a little coat on it, but let me just take this out because it's time to take the pepper out. And we have this, can you see? So I'll just take this aside and use to make a new batch. So what I'll say is I have two starters, but this one, the pepper one, is not as thick as the lemon one. Reasons being that the quantity of pepper I used was not enough, one, for the same timing. If I leave this for more than 23 hours, this is still going to give me a very thick consistency, but I don't think I have the patience for that now. So we're going to use both to make yogurt, and we'll see the results of the two. So this has, let me give you this. This has a very, like, a nice yogurt taste. I could call this yogurt, but no, it has a little bit of pepper flavor in it, but not entirely. So let me just have a taste of this. Oh, sorry, I need to take this out. Just take this and drop here. Let me stir it. So, this is also nice, but I'm getting the lemon flavor in it. So we have our starter from lemon and we have our starter from the pepper. So they've actually activated the lactose in the milk, giving us, converting to lactic acid. So we're good to go now. We're just going to be using this, and I'm going to keep the leftovers I have. But before that, let's get to our yogurt making. So we have this bowl for the pepper and we have this bowl for the lemon. So at this point, my milk has already cooled down to the 40 degrees that I want it to be. I'm just trying to take off this milk before adding the two starters to it. So it is from this yogurt. The Life Culture is already here. I'm going to then transfer it into this. So this yogurt that we're trying to make, I'll just measure about 2 to 3 tablespoons of this, and I'll put it into my milk for it to actually coagulate and form the yogurt that will in turn use to make my batch yogurt. So the same thing goes for the one that has the pepper. I'm going to measure 3 tablespoons of this lemon starter into this, and I'll add a little bit of my milk. Then I'll stir it together to form this smooth solution before I transfer it into the milk, so that it doesn't have any lump. So at this point, I'm expecting to have a creamy yogurt that has my Life Culture in it, which I will in turn use to prepare my yogurt in a large batch. So I have this, so I'll do the same thing. For easy identification, I'm just going to put this marker written on it. This will be L, which is lemon, and this is the P. So I'll just incubate this for a few hours of about 6 to 8. Then I'll bring it out for us to see this second batch of starters for our yogurt. Remember that if you had watched my yogurt video, I said something about the stress this is not actually so stressful because you actually save cost. But I spoke about how easy using a store-bought starter is as compared to trying to make it from by yourself. But this is actually cost effective because you have enough quantity to keep using and using. Do you understand? All right, so let's just put this in our warm cupboard and we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. And this is exactly after 6 hours of putting the milk into my cupboard. So it is time for us to check out our second batch of starter, or I can call it yogurt. But this is what I'm going to use to do my main yogurt. So if you've not watched my yogurt video, please go and watch it. So you can always use this starter to make that yogurt, or you do it the way I mentioned in that video. But before we go far, let's just check out what is done. So if this was a yogurt, instead of checking it now, I would just, you can see it's so thick. So I'll just take it to the fridge for it to cool down completely before mixing it. But for the purpose of this video, I'll just show you how it is. So remember that the L is the one with the lemon, while the P is the one with the pepper. So I'm just going to scoop this out. Can you see it? Let me taste it. This is awesome. Like, it is even a yogurt, but it is to prevent the taste of or the flavor of the pepper. It is actually best to make this second batch before making your main yogurt. This is the one with the lemon. Just take a look at it. This is lovely. I have to taste this also. Let me just taste it so that you just see how it looks like. God, it's really nice, really. Though this one still really has a little bit of flavor of the lemon, but they are both wonderful. So with this, we're going to be ending our starter course or video. If you have any question, do not hesitate to hit that like and comment, and I'm definitely going to reply you. Thank you. See you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that immediately any video drops, you don't miss out. Bye.